And let me also give a very special thanks to someone who truly loves Israel. In fact, loves it so much that my daughter converted. My daughter converted. I didn't know this was going to happen. And Ivanka's here. And Bibi, you do know this was not in the cards for me. You understand that. And she is so happy, and they are so happy. At least I think they're happy. If they're not, we have a big story, right? No, they have a great marriage, and they get along great. They're best friends. They have a very special relationship. But Jared has been so helpful. He really did something very special. He established the Abraham Accords with a group of very wonderful people. I like calling it the Avraham Accords because people that, right? What did I do with respect to them? Well, you know, I spoke a little bit tough, and that's what would happen. I mean, you have to speak tough. That's a tough world. That's a tough, as they say, neighborhood. And they're tough people. They're very tough people, and they're smart people. They're good negotiators. They have a lot of things going. They put that to good use. They're going to be very, very successful. But they knew the retribution would be tremendous, unsustainable. It would have been unsustainable. It would have been complete obliteration, and they didn't want that. And nobody wants it at this point. They want to get on with rebuilding the entire Middle East. It's not only Gaza. It's going to be the entire Middle East. They're going to be able to live in peace. Now, we have some little hot spots, but they're very small. You know the ones I'm talking about. They're very small. They'll be very easy to put out. Those fires are going to be put out very quickly. Yes, ma'am.
I do believe we're just at the beginning of the tokenization of all assets, from real estate to equities to bonds across the board. There's $4.1 trillion of money sitting globally in digital wallets. A lot of that money is outside the United States. If we could tokenize a ETF, digitize that ETF, we could have investors who are just beginning to, invest in markets through, let's say, crypto. They're investing in it, but now we could get them into the more traditional long-term retirement products. So we look at that as the next wave of opportunity for BlackRock over the next tens of years as we start moving away from traditional financial assets by repotting them in a digital manner and then having people stay in that digital ecosystem.
Hey guys, Carlos Cortez here with another episode of Scriptures and Wall Street. Man, just really excited to be back in a podcast. I've been traveling like crazy, and I wanted to give you guys some market updates, and I couldn't because my laptop was not working on the hotel Wi-Fi. So I apologize I missed this weekend, but I promise I'll make it up to you. I've never missed a weekend for the past 4 years. I was at my son's ice hockey tournament. Here's a video here of their team. They went 2-2. They only had 9 skaters versus all these other teams that were equipped with the big bench. Had 18, 19 players on a bench. I mean, the benches were massive compared to what we've had. So they skated hard. Some AAAers do very well in Texas. I think they were pretty shocked how strong our 9 was. So here we go again this weekend. We will be facing the Tampa Bulls, my son's hockey academy. So hopefully they do well. But anyways, more important news. I'm just grateful that you guys are here. I'm grateful that you're tuning in. And I know that you guys are expecting a market update, and especially what is going on with the banks and how to protect their money, how to grow it. Everybody wants to grow their money. And listen, I was talking to a pastor that we're going to be bringing on. And I actually had some confusion about, the whole Israel thing and how the church views Israel. And I just thought it was a very interesting topic right now because the church is not talking about it. And And with the new rise of Judaism in the White House, it's very questionable. Like, what is our aim here? And I'm not here to talk about if Israel is good or bad or ugly, or I'm not here to talk about that. What I'm here to talk about is, where is your heart lined with all of this? Because as long as man is in charge, he will always fail you. And so I had a scripture in Daniel 2:21. He changes times and seasons. He deposes kings and raises up others. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. So at the end of the day, all we can do is says pray to Jesus, ask for discernment, ask for clarity, and follow Jesus through all the deception, all the confusion, all the noise, all the hate, and all the precognitive notions that we've had through our own understanding. All we can do is just follow his role, follow his word. So that really is my message today, is that verse really stuck out to me, that he changes times and seasons. He deposes kings and raises up others, and he gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. Even with global institutions in the brink of financial collapse, God still remains in control through all the seasons, economies, and in leadership. Even the leadership that doesn't even acknowledge him anymore, even in the leadership that put him in office, leadership could turn their back on the one Messiah. And so my heart is really like Ernie, like is aching. It's just, I don't understand why people would not acknowledge that Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior after he got whipped, after the crown of thorns have been spiked on him, and that he lifted that rugged cross and went through that brutal, torturous crucifixion. And even through all of that, he had the right to say, F the Romans, F the Jews. He had the right to curse at them. But he said, forgive them, Father, for they not know what they do. Like, that is insane to me. That's the man I'm supposed to follow. That's the guy that I'm supposed to follow. And to be literally being killed for being perfect, he had the strength to rip himself off of that cross. He had the strength to kick the ass of anybody, but he chose not to. He sheathed his sword, or holstered it, however you want to call it, knowing that he could chop off the heads of anyone that comes before him. But he didn't. So much power in that. And it's such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing that we get to experience that as a new Israel. Like, you and I are Israel. We're drafted in. And with that, we are Israel. The body of Christ, the new believers are Israel. And yeah, we're supposed to pray for our enemies. And although I don't agree with the Israeli government, the Bible doesn't say we have to agree with the Israeli government. But we're supposed to pray for them. That's what we're supposed to do. And it is hard. I'll be the first one to say it's hard. But we see it through all of the financial war. We see it through all of the markets. We see the manipulation from the evil Luciferian bankers. We see how they want to rob, steal, and destroy and kill. They want to kill you. Literally, academically, medically, ideologically. They want to plant their evil seed into you. And if they can't, then they'll put it on your children. And if they can't on your children, your children's children. And they want you to die and own nothing and be happy. That is their agenda, track, trace, and control. So another scripture I had was, some trust in chariots, some in horses, but we trust in the name of Lord of our God. Psalm 27. How awesome is that? You know, a few weeks ago I had this analogy that I'm reading from a book, and there's a slide, right? There's a slide. There's this road, a fork in the middle. Are we going to trust God, or are we going to please God? Are we going to trust God, or are we going to please God? And so when we please God, we go to church, we sing worship music, we pay our tithes, we wear our best clothes. We have the ability to look good, and it's pleasing. We're honoring the Sabbath by showing up, fellowshipping with brethren, and it looks great. But we never get to a point where we actually trust God. We never get to this point where maybe I shouldn't even look at my checking account. Maybe I shouldn't confide in chariots and in horses. But maybe I can just trust his name. Maybe I can just trust him because he says in the palm of his hands, in his righteous hands, he has us. Man, it's so hard to do. It is so hard to do, to humble ourselves in front of God and say, God, I trust you with all my heart. Although you blessed me with wealth, you blessed me with homes and cars and health and wealth and family. You can take it all away, and I still will be proclaiming you. Like, we have to have that attitude. We're not called to be poor. We're not called to be stagnant, and we're definitely not called to be quiet. But Satan wants you to be muted. Satan wants you to be Satan. He wants you to be in fear, so you do not share that message, as you don't share that light. And so what my prayer to you is that you be bold in your faith, in your finances, in your family, your fitness, everything, that you can be bold, because God wants you to prosper in so many ways. And I really feel that the church has been hurt for a long time. We are on our final breaths. And it shows up financially. It shows up in the home. It shows up in every aspect. Because we are not reading our Bibles, guys. We are definitely not reading our Bibles. And we're becoming weaker and weaker and weaker. And then all this stuff happens. Like, you know, I remember in Sunday school one day that they were talking about these 7 seals and this beast that comes out of the water and this whole rapture thing. And you go, I remember. You don't want to be saying that, guys. You don't want to be saying that at all. You want to be prepared. Like, let's be prepared. Let's be prepared to fight. Let's be prepared. Whether you're pre-trib, post-trib, it doesn't matter. Regardless, we need to have a relationship with God, a relationship with Jesus. And acknowledge that he is your Lord and Savior. Don't renounce him like Ivanka Trump did. It's disgusting, man. All the miracles he's done. It's disgusting. It absolutely ticks me off. And I get angry, guys. Like, I want to cuss. Like, why would you renounce Jesus? Like, that just like boils me up. Why? We voted these people in. And I'm starting to get angry and build resentment, which I don't want to do. But this scripture, man, is so spot on. He changes times and seasons. He deposes kings and raises up others. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. I have to keep on reading that because I get so angry. Who the hell wants to wear a stupid freaking little hat and kiss a dumb wall and announce Jesus? It's disgusting. Anyways, I digress. I don't want to get upset because I want to talk about the markets. Oh, man. Just irks me, man. Irks me. Really does. All right. So, anyways, guys, quick update. greenmoneysolutions.com. I know so many people have been asking me, Carlos, like, is it true the bonus is going down and what do I got to do? So let me break it down. Let me give you an update. Let me show you some cool things. So we've had a lot of calls about the green money account option 4. Basically, 29% bonus if you're younger than 65 years old in certain states. In California, you can't be over 48 years old. Sorry, California. You can still do it if you are younger than 48 in the state of California. In most states, it's 65 or younger. You can get an account with a 29% bonus. Guys, this is going away here in a few weeks, in about 15 more days. I'm recording this on the 14th. Tomorrow's the 15th. So it will be done November 1st at midnight. So if you're interested in getting a guaranteed 29% bonus with an A-rated carrier, this is not any this is not hogwash. This is an A-rated insurance company. These are insurance contracts. The downside is you only have access to 10% of your money each and every year without penalty. But you're growing with an index that has the S&P, the QQQs, the treasuries, and the commodities. And this particular index will shift back and forth to the best asset class. There is a fee associated with it. It's about 0.95, but you have access to 10%. More importantly, you're out of the stock market. You're not buying gold at all-time high. You're not buying silver at all-time high. Who wants to buy precious metals right now? We're going to talk about the charts. We're going to talk about bonds. We're going to talk about alternatives and why you shouldn't even be investing in it right now, because green money actually gives you contractual law that protects you from market crisis, like the IMF is talking about, like KRE, like we follow the banking index. You understand that the banks only have 0.74% of your money in an account, in actual reserve. So as they get troubled with this lowering of interest rates, which is coming again here at the end of this month in a few weeks, they're going to lower interest rates 0.25 to 0.5%. Same thing as they did in September. And guess what? The market's going to go up and it's going to come right back down. It's going to be a little scary and people are going to go, oh my goodness, like I should have took advantage of the NASDAQ. I should have protected my money. Like all this is a song and dance. This is the bro investing that we've been talking about. It is here. It is here. The volatility index is coming up. We're going to talk about that here shortly. And you guys got to be just diligent. You have to understand the signs. There is a mass amount of debt of commercial real estate that needs to be refinanced. And so what they're going to do is when the interest rates go lower, they're going to basically refinance all that debt. And who do you think is going to get stuck with the bag? It's the banks. It's the regional banks. And that's why I've been looking at KRE. We're going to look at the stock here shortly. But why I'm a big fan of Green Money Solutions is because we are finally getting dollar for dollar on our money. And what does that look like? We got a lot of questions about what this means. Well, let me illustrate this to you. So here we are. Blow this up a little bigger. All right. So let's just assume you're 64 years young. You had $100,000. You're under the age of 64. Now with this account, you are getting effectively around 7.5%. Now, the market yields a lot higher. You can sign up for a no bonus, no fee account and literally make double, close to more than double, 40% more. Let's see here. You can make anywhere from 10 to 15% if you opted out with no bonus and no fee. This has an annual fee of 0.95, and you can add to this. So let's just say we started with 100 grand, right? And the following year, you said, you know what, I want another 50,000 in there. We get another bonus of 29%. The third year, we get another bonus. We put 50,000, we get another massive bonus, plus all the interest rate that you compiled from the previous year. The following year, you said, my last year of adding to it, I'm going to add another 50,000, and we get another 29% bonus. So our account value by the end of the fourth year is over 382,000. Now you mix that in with an awesome yield of 28% in this illustration, is obviously an illustration for illustration purposes. Guys, we're close to over 400,000, close to $500,000, 485,000. We only started with 1, 2, $250,000 over the past 4 years. This is not bad at all. This is doable for many people. So fast forward to 10 years, our account's at over $500,000, 534. Market corrects itself. We lose nothing. We got a zero. Following year, the market goes back up. We make a very nominal 8.79%. Our account is up 50 grand to 576. Look at this bad boy. By year 14, you're 77 years old. You got close to 700,000, 691 and some change. Get a small little yield of 6.2. Brings us up over 700 to 750. And so it continues to grow. People love the bonus on this. Now, if you are interested in this account, the beautiful thing about this account, it has nothing to do with the crash in banks. It has nothing to do with the CBDCs. It has nothing to do with the government sticking their hands in your account and FedNowing you and track, trace, and controlling you, because this is an insurance account with a life insurance company. So it's out of the edicts of the federal government's reach. They can't track, trace, control you because it's tied to you. And we love this because you can protect your principal, get a guarantee on your money. It is green money. One thing you should be asking your advisor, how much is my money guaranteed? How much is principally protected? Ask him that. Ask her that. They might laugh at you. They might think you're silly. They're like, oh, you know what? You need to go buy a CD. Go buy a CD. Go to Wells and get you a CD. Because we don't do that here. We only want to put your money in the market. Blah, blah, blah. And they will give you a song and dance of how beautiful that sounds. But at the end of the day, you want to have principal protection. Guys, we're moving millions of dollars. I mean, people all over are calling us and just putting 2, 3, 4, 5 millions of dollars. They're getting out of the banks because of many reasons. Let me show you something real quick. So let me show you this real quick. I know this looks like a bunch of slob to you guys, but this is the banking index. Now, when I'm shorting a stock, I want to be looking at short-term, mid-term, long-term red traffic bars here. Notice I got all red here for a whole month now. Now, the top one is showing a bullish spike on KRE real quick on short term. So you see this buy box. That means I should have bought it here and sold it here, but it's coming down. It had an all-time high at 65.99. It did reach a new low at 60 bucks and 2 cents. We got red traffic lights here. We have our momentum oscillator basically coming down here. We see weakness in the actual pattern, the momentum. Also, the 200-day moving average, we should be getting a death cross here, which basically is our 90-day moving over the 200-day moving average, this white line. So whenever that happens, typically investors want to buy above the 200-day moving, below the 200-day moving average. And as it approaches this white 200-day moving average, and it breaks through it, and we have red traffic lights, our momentum's going down. It's just a matter of time when it will go back to where it was. $50. I remember when it was way down here. 45. Look what it did back here. Just recently. This was in July. Remember when the banks were like really, really bad? Boom. It fell from 67, I remember, to like $37, $38. That was crazy. It fell by 50% almost. Anyways, it has ran up, but with all of the commercial real estate, all of the lowering of interest rates that are happening right now, guys, it is not safe to be in the banks. I promise you, we're going to see some volatility here. The volatility index, speaking of the volatility index, you have VIX. We're getting a blue cross here. I should probably buy some options right here. This is going to be a sick, fantastic trade. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking at that. So we can also look at UVIX, which is 2 times the volatility index. Green lights. It looks like we've hit rock bottom at $9 a share. The average trading range is close to $1. So if we can buy something for like $10, $10.50 with a 2 to 3 week time frame, we might be cooking up here. So we might be looking. Actually, you know what? Let me bring that up real quick. So I'm gonna just use a basic option calculator, and we're gonna look at UVIX. It's probably something I would be taking. Of course, it's not investment advice. This is for information, education purposes only. If you're going to invest at your own risk and speak to a financial professional. Or you can give us a call, 813-448-3446, or visit us at cortezwm.com, book an appointment, make sure these trades and also green money is right for you. And we can totally look at your current financial investments and let you know our opinion to get a second opinion. So looking at UVIX, let's just assume it's at $11.53. That's what it is right now. But let's look at the call market, right? Let's look at the chain. And let's just say we held it for 10 more days. And I think it will go to, let's see here. Okay, so out of the money. So I like the 1050 calls at $2, but if you want to get a better deal, actually 1150 is not bad. They're in the money, but let's just go to $12, right? This thing is going to bump like crazy. You got 10 days for it to hit $10. All right. So $145 each contract. Let's just say we threw 15 contracts. Yeah, let's just say 15 contracts. So we had $2,100, $2,175, and we're going to calculate this. So we bought a strike price at $12. Let's just say it blows past $12 and it goes to $13.50. That's a 71% rate of return. We've got a 1560 rate of return. Actually, let me go with a range of, let's just say, I believe. Let me go back to my chart. So we have $9 here, guys. It's really possible that we could see This is a daily. Let's go to a 4-hour just to make sure. Need to see a better. So once all this is green. So yeah, we could. I mean, recently today is 1771. We could see a $15 strike price. It could blow through it, but $12 is very reasonable from where it's at right now because this is going to be leveraged. So it moves twice as much as a VIX, and we're starting to get green patterns. Obviously, the momentum is picking up. As the more chaos happens, we have the ability to make a ton of money. Notice that our yellow channels, our yellow Bollinger Bands have widened up. They fanned out. So that means the averages are there. The volatility is opening up. When this goes down, that means the stock market is going up. But now that we're starting to see a rotation, a turnover, so to speak, we could be hitting well north of 12, possibly back to 17. So I'm keeping it very conservative. Of course, this is not investment advice. I'm just saying this for information, education purposes only. But going back to our calculator, we bought a $12 call for $1.45 times 115. So we got $2,100 invested here. And I think the range, let's just say it could go to $17. Let's just say that. Let me recalculate. So a $2,100 investment goes to $17. We were looking at $5,820. Now we got a 50-50 shot, maybe a little less than that, of it actually happening. So option trading, buying call options is very risky because you can lose the 2175. You can literally lose all this. Again, this is not investment advice. This is just a strategy you could use when the stock market collapses or when there's volatility. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of people don't even realize they have this at their fingertips. You can do this. This is very easy, guys. Like they don't teach you this in business school. You have to learn it through people that are actually doing it. And come to find out, like, I love this stuff. And I told you that I'm coming out with an inner circle, a text message, email alert, where I'm going to send you all my trades. We're going to try to aim 50 to 150% a year in returns. This is what my goal is through our option trading signal service. I'm going to be rolling that out soon. I'll let you know when, because the attorney's got to talk. But it probably will come at a price point of $10,000 a first year and $15,000 a second year. I have a feeling people are going to love it. They're going to make a ton of money on it. Of course, it's not investment advice. We will be selling signal service. So contact our office, or I'll let you know when it's readily available. We're probably looking out second quarter next year is when I think I can get all the paperwork and the legalities involved. So we love our clients and we love our listeners, and that's one thing I can do to just help build wealth for clients that want to grow wealth. So another thing is, I wanted to discuss. Let's see here. The IMF came out, right? So the IMF came out and downgraded America all over again. Here, let me pull it up real quick.
In April, the U.S. shook global trade norms by announcing sweeping tariffs. Our April report offered a range of estimates for the resulting growth downgrade, from modest to significant. 6 months on, where are we? The good news is that the growth downgrade is at the modest end of the range, with growth projected at 3.2% this year and 3.1% next year, while inflation has increased modestly and is proving more persistent. Now, what explains this modest impact? First and foremost, the tariff shock itself is smaller than initially feared, with many trade deals and exemptions. Most countries also refrained from retaliation, keeping the trading system open, and the private sector proved agile, front-loading imports and rerouting supply chains. Second, financial conditions remain loose, in part because of a weaker dollar. In some countries, such as Germany and China, fiscal policy turned expansionary, and in the US, an AI and tech-driven investment is booming. Yet, despite all these offsets, the tariff shock is here, and it is further dimming already weak growth prospects. This is clear even in the US. Growth is revised down from last year, the labor market is weakening, and inflation has been revised up and is persistently above target, signs that the economy has been hit by a negative supply shock. Where do we go from here? The outlook remains fragile and very sensitive to news on the trade front, as I'm sure all of us have noted. Flaring up trade tensions with the potential for supply chain disruptions could quickly lower global output by as much as 0.3 percentage point, as we explore in our downside scenario. Besides trade tensions, I want to quickly flag 4 other downside risks. First, there are echoes in the current tech investment surge of the dot-com boom of the late 1990s. It was the internet then, it is AI now. We're seeing surging valuations, booming investment, and strong consumption on the back of solid capital gains. The risk is that with stronger investment and consumption, a tighter monetary policy will be needed to contain price pressures. This is what happened in the late 1990s. There is also the flip side of the boom. Markets could reprice sharply. This would reduce wealth, consumption, and investment, lower activity, and could spill over to broader financial conditions. Second, there are continued concerns about China's growth model. The bubble in the property sector remains a source of weakness. Growth in recent years has come from exports, but it is increasingly hard to see how this could be sustained, and the economy remains uncomfortably close to a debt deflation trap. The pivot towards investment in strategic sectors such as electric vehicles or solar panels through the use of large-scale subsidies has delivered significant gains in these sectors. But it may also have contributed to a broader misallocation of resources, as indicated by the lack of aggregate productivity gains. Our work highlights that industrial policy can indeed boost production in targeted sectors.
All right, guys. So he goes on and on saying that our economy is getting weakened, or it's weak right now. It's weakening, and he goes on and says that that U.S. the projection has been downgraded, our growth, domestic product, and our inflation should be going back to 3%. So all this signals for another rate drop. Like our job market's weakening, economy's softening, like all the things you don't want to hear when you're facing retirement. A decline, a massive shift from a recession from 21%. They have boosted up to actually a 39% chance for a recession. Guys, I'm telling you, you don't even have to take the IMF word for it. When I tell you that the banks are about to sell off, guys, this is no joke, man. We see this front and center with KRE. We've been talking about KRE. We see the volatility index pop up. It is time more than ever to start protecting your principal and get out of the banks. Like the banks only have 0.74% in cash reserves if you are a FDIC bank holder. And so when you certify deposit your funds, you've literally have given forfeiture to that bank. So they have the right to stick their money, their hands in your money and take it from you and utilize it as their own capital. Like, how does that make you feel knowing that your certificate of disappointment, your certificate of deposit is theirs? That's like, I don't know how much money I got in my pocket, but 20, 40, 60, 80. Oh, my kids didn't get to me. Oh, man. Not even 100. I got 90. Got $90 in my wallet. Here you go, bank. Just take it. Literally, just take it. And pay it to me whenever you want. So we have this situation, guys, where They literally take your money out of your wallet and they pay it whenever they want. And many Americans don't even know what time it is, man. Like they're asleep at the wheel. They're listening to the banks. They're listening to the bro sites, the bro investing sites. Hey, the economy is doing good. They're getting distracted by Candace latest podcast on Charlie Kirk, getting distracted by these fake prophecies. They're getting distracted by other theories that have nothing to do with them, getting distracted by gold and silver and all these massive things that are happening. In reality, they're setting it up for massive bank failures, guys. They're setting it up for a lot of things that should not be affecting you. All you have to do is give us a call. Let us protect your wealth. Let us protect your family's legacy. You don't have to be in the stock market anymore, guys. You don't. In order to get those type of returns, we can get equity-like returns very easily. Just utilizing the tools that we have now. And I hate to see clients go through this and lose money. We get a lot of clients that call us and they had Edward Jones or they have Fisher Investments, UBS, Franklin Templeton, and they're happy right now because NVIDIA is doing good. Everybody's happy. Oh man, they love it. They love it. They love it. And oh, by the way, let me not even talk about it. I mean, let me just show you. And then we can talk about it. Let's formulate our own opinions. So yeah, I got one more screen for you guys. I know you're probably bored of this, but I think this is pretty awesome. So you got UVIX. I think that will be a great call option there. But let's just talk about the S&P 500, baby. Woo-wee. All right, so bust out the day chart. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. So it's had a heck of a run. I mean, look at this thing. Just a massive run over the past few years. But let's dive deep into it. Everybody's getting spoiled with this market producing serious gains. However, look at my momentum here. It is literally cracking down. Momentum's weakening like crazy. I got a sell box here from the buy. That means you bought here, you sell here. So it's going to give us like signals on when to buy and sell. No big deal. But we have a sell signal here. We have 2 out of 3 traffic lights showing weakness, that a lot of sell off. Volatility has spiked up to 20. Anything over 18 is going to be our cue that the markets are going to come down. So this is on a daily. Let me fast forward to a weekly. You see this crazy momentum. It is lagging. So once my 4-hour turns red, we know our daily will eventually turn red. So our daily is lagging. I like the daily because it gives us a very, very distinctive, no BS point of view, and it is coming down. We have the S&P 500 coming down. Great time to short. Oh, by the way, I'm up on my shorts. Anybody bought shorts? I am. SPXS and SQQQ doing phenomenal. So yes, what do we do when the S&P 500 goes down? We go over to SPXS. Of course, this is not investment advice, guys. This is just education and information purposes only. So check this out. Got all red on SPXS. This means when the S&P 500 does bad, this goes up. Look what I got here. I got green traffic lights, meaning it should pop up on my daily. Great trade to buy a call option on this or just hold the ETF. So we're going to go through a small little error a small little window, and you have a window here. Again, not investment advice, but you should be looking at maybe hedging for the S&P 500 as well as the NASDAQ to go down. You always want to buy at an all-time low. So right now we're at 36.56. If we look how high this sucker was. It was over 300 at one point. Man, imagine buying a call option at 36.56 and it skyrockets to 300. Talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars if the market collapses. I want you guys to be armed and dangerous. This would be an amazing, amazing investment when the stock market collapses. So SPXS, keep it under your radar. Keep focused and subscribe. Scriptures in Wall Street. I will be talking about this. Also SQQQ because I personally trade it. Of course, I can't give investment advice on a podcast. I can always give you investment advice if you give us a call, 813-448-3446, or visit us at cortezwm.com, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Now, here's SQQQ, which obviously is dangerous because you don't want to hold this long term. This is just a trade, guys. Look, I got green bars here, short term, mid-term, long term. This is forming one heck of a pattern. Look how much drop this had. We are at an all-time low. We're supposed to be buying when we're at an all-time low. Green traffic lights, this is signaling that this is going to come back up. Remember, the 200-day moving average told you always want to buy below that white mark, that 200-day moving average. So what this means, guys, is the market is positioned to come down. This is not an emotional, this is not hype. This is real talk, guys. So whether you're in retirement, we should be looking at green money solutions. Whether you have your money in the bank, you should be air to caution. Give us a call. Let's securitize, privatize, and guarantee those funds that they're vaulted up, insured, and guaranteed for you, utilizing our insurance-based contracts with companies that have been around for hundreds of years and have dollar for dollar. It's that simple. If you are younger, now's a great time to give us a call because we can build wealth on these massive moves. Doesn't matter how young you are. Give us a call. If you have over $20,000 to work with, you can start one of these accounts. And if you are retired and you have a few million and you want to preserve what you have and still be in a market, give us a call. We can give you a second opinion. We have great money managers that know how to trade these style of volatility and market conditions. They're very defensive, and I like to say they're defensive tactically in growth mode. So defensive growth, that is smart money. So guys, so much stuff to offer. Banks are lowering interest rates, as you know. Give us a call. Let's get these accounts set up. All the nut figures I showed you. Give us a call because November 1st is right around the corner. We've had over 55 different applications. And guess what? I'm ready for another 55 more applications for the next 2 weeks. So if that's you, give us a call. I do not want you to get left behind. Those bonuses are going away. Also, if you sign up for the no fee, no bonus, our interest rates are getting lower too. So instead of making 100% of this index, we'll possibly make only 70, 80. I don't know what they're going to lower interest rates to, but I'm just saying the rates are not guaranteed. And they are coming down. And also the insurance and investment companies can lower it before November 1st if they feel like it's just too much to offer. They have the right to do it. They can pause, and I have a feeling they're going to do it right before November 1st, a day or two early, because there's millions of dollars moving this month. Stock market's going down. Banks are not looking good. IMF just came out with a downgrade on our projection on our economy. The job market is looking crappy. Interest rates aren't coming down fast enough. Commercial real estate is on the brink of a massive, massive trigger. There has to be one trigger that brings everything down. I think it's going to be commercial real estate. It could be anything. It could be another Charlie Kirk shooting. It could be the Fed not lowering interest rate. There's a trigger out there that the market is looking for just to, hit the fan, so to speak. So it's hanging by a thread. It's hanging by a lifeline. Don't let that be you. Don't get suckered into all this stuff, guys. Also, I wanted to share my little commercial here. I love getmeleanusa.com. As you guys know, I've had a huge weight loss journey. I'm still on that journey. I'm still under construction, but also to have the ability to sleep well, to have the ability to think clearly and lose weight, go to Get Me Lean USA, get you some animal and plant-based peptides that are great for your body. You can purchase this by going to getmeleanusa.com. And it is a monthly subscription. You can cancel anytime. If you don't like it, return it. No big deal. Great God first, America second company. And I love these guys. They just hit $100 million in sales, this company. They're blowing up. They're like Tesla of the peptide industry. So definitely get you a box. I love the Performance Pro box. A few $100. You get everything, all 6 products. And I personally consume it. I can testify for it. Obviously, you've seen my fat butt and where I'm at now. Still got a lot of working to do, but I'm grateful that we are intentional in our fitness, our finance, our health, and our families. And that's how men should be. We should be strong. We should be vulnerable as well as intentional to what God has designed us to be. And you can't be a man if you're flabby. You can't be a man if you can't protect your family. You can't be a man if you're not healthy enough to see your children grow. So let's start now. It doesn't matter if you're 70 plus years old or you're 25 years old. Let's get healthy. Let's get financially healthy. Let's be stewards of our bodies, be stewards of our money, and let's grow together. Starts with a phone call. Go to CortezWM.com or give us a call, 813-448-3446. I'm on YouTube now, believe it or not. Go and check out Scriptures in Wall Street on YouTube and or Rumble, Scriptures in Wall Street. We would love to have you like, follow, and click the bell so you get all the latest content, all the stuff. Hopefully I won't miss another weekend. I haven't done it in 4 years, but I got busy and internet issues. It thunderstorms all the time here in Tampa. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Love y'all, and you guys be safe. I'm a warrior for the kingdom on Scriptures and Wall Street. Scriptures and Wall Street. If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a 29% bonus. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify. So how many times have we gotten lost in the minutia of the everyday life? We've gotten fat, we've gotten lazy, we've gotten complacent, not just in our faith, but also our fitness, maybe our finances, maybe our marriage, maybe our family. But we've gotten complacent. And we constantly need to continue to grow. And one of the things I was weak at was in my fitness. As a former athlete, I thought I had it all. My ego got in the way. I'm like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Up until now, I have been able to focus on my fitness. For those of you who've been following me for 3 or 4 years, you understand that I've gained a lot of weight. I've used the excuse of having 4 kids, a marriage, a business, helping out at church, all these excuses, and I keep putting myself in the back burner. This is deadly. And what I love about this company, what I love about taking ownership, is that GetMeLeanUSA.com has the ability to introduce natural, groundbreaking peptides. What your body demands, what your body needs to release those fat stored cells, to build muscle, to gain your physical being back to where it's naturally supposed to be. We're not talking about big pharma saying we're going to come out with the weight loss drug. We're not talking about losing muscle. We're talking about gaining muscle, gaining your physique back, controlling your appetite, giving you the edge that you need to help you get your body back in check the way God intended it to be, by using His resources with America First products, with America First company that aligns and believes in what you believe in. Introducing GetMeLeanUSA.com. Get in. This is going to be groundbreaking, huge business opportunity, as well as a huge groundbreaking technology that is going to change the landscape. So I know good things before I see it, and I highly recommend you get in. All you got to do is click the link below and get you some fit, get you some lean, and get fit and get lean. This is not going to do everything. Of course, diet and exercise, you continue your walking, continue your protein intake, but man, does it make it a whole lot easier to get in shape. Look at me, I've lost 60 pounds, but this is actually fundamentally a great recipe to get back in shape. And I can personally attest to the amazing effects of this product. So go to getmeleanusa.com. You won't regret it. You can cancel anytime. They're affordable and yet they're effective. And you are supporting our show. You're supporting yourself. You're supporting a mission. There is an affiliate program attached to it if you would want to share it with your friends and family. There's a whole nother opportunity there. But more importantly, let's get your fitness back in check. God bless you. Carlos Cortez here, signing out.